Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. We got the last of the March machine spoils, mostly commons and stuff. But hey, let's run through them real quick so we know what the whole set looks like. So, looks to be a pretty sweet set. Don't forget to like it, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 peeps on this unsponsored channel. So, I appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's run through this last lot of a lot of stuff. So, here we go. First, we have Glistening Goremander, a 3/2. That is the flip side. When it dies, each opponent sacrifices an artifact or a creature. Not too bad. It comes from the Pyretic Prankster, which is a red and one for a 2/1. You can flip it for Phyrexian Black or 3 colorless. The backside is obviously better, but again, this is a common. Like most of this, I will predicate this to you guys. I'm only going to talk about any of them that I think will be good in standard or other formats as far as mentioning it, because most of these are going to be limited only because of they're just not going to be good enough. So let's just keep it at that. So run through it real quick. Got a lot to cover. Next, we have the Plated Kin Beast. It's a 7/5 with Menace, which is not bad. It comes from the Bonded Herd Beast, which for a green and 5 is a 4/5. So not too shabby. Again, just trying to reiterate, these are all commons that are really good flipped, but just as good on the front face. So it just depends on, when you have mana left over, like in limited, you can just switch them to better creatures, basically. So it's kind of an interesting thought process. Sorry, moving on. Next here, we have Aerial Boost. White and 1 has Convoke. Creature gets +2/+2 and flying till end of turn. It's okay. Next, we have Alabaster Host Intercessor. Anyway, white and 5 for a 3/4. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls until this leaves the field. Does have plane cycling. Pretty sweet. Angelic Intervention. White and 1 instant. Target creature or planeswalker you control gains protection from colorless or from the color of your choice till end of turn. If it's a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. This is insanely good and limited, and this is probably going to be something seen in standard, just because it protects planeswalkers. It's pretty OP, and it protects from colorless. This may see eternal play even. All right, moving on. Next, we have Bolo Slinger. Nothing like a rock on a string. So white and 3 for a 2/2, backup 1. Whenever this creature attacks, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Again, not too shabby. Inspire Charge. 2 white and 2. All creatures get +2/+1. Normal reprint for this card. Next, we have Infected Defector. Oh, what a name. So for a white and 4, you get a 4/3 that when it dies, you get to incubate 3. Next, we have the Golden Scaled Aeronaut, white and 4 for a 2/3 flyer with backup 1. Eh. Next, we have Cut Short, white and 2 with Convoke. Destroy target planeswalker that was activated this turn or tapped creature. This is pretty good. It's very close to standard play. Very close. Next, we have Core Halberd, 1 white. Equipment. The equipped creature gets +1/+1, and Vigi equips for 1. Gonna be great and limited. Next, we have Realmbreaker's Grasp, a white and 1 to enchant an artifact or creature. Permanent can't attack, block, activate abilities. Basically a better pacifism. Next, we have Scroll Shift. So for a white and 2, exile up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control, draw a card. Good blink spell. Next, we have Sigiled Sentinel, a white and 2 for a 2/2, backup 1 with Vigi. So, pretty good. Disturbing Conversation, just like every girl I've ever dated who talks to me. Anyway, 1 blue and 1 for Flash. You enchant a creature, enters the battlefield. Each player mills 2 cards. The enchanted creature gets -X, where X is the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. Not too bad, I guess. Assimilate Essence, a blue and 1. Counter target creature or battle spell unless the controller plays 4. If they do, you incubate 2. Pretty interesting way to get an incubate spell if it manages to not work. So kind of a neat counter spell there. Swordsworn Cavalier, white and 1 for a 3/1. It has first strike as long as another knight enter the battlefield you control this turn. Pretty powerful, actually. for a night deck. Sunder the Gateway, white and 1. Choose one. Destroy target non-token artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Incubate 2. Or incubate 2, then transform and incubate token control. This seems very good in an incubate deck. Maybe if there's an incubate deck in standard, it's probably gonna play this. Epheria's Dispersal, blue and 2. Spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets an attacking creature. Return target creature's owner's hand, surveil 2. Seems pretty amazing for limited. Next, Expedition Lookout, blue and 1 for 2/3 defender. As long as you have 8 or more cards in your if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, it can attack. So yeah. Eyes of Gitaxis. Well, probe. Get it? Gitaxis. Anyway. Blue and 2, incubate 3, draw a card. Not terrible, I guess. Furtive Analyst, blue and 2 with Vigi, 1/4 for 2, draw a card, discard a card. It's a really big-butted Merfolk Looter. Tidal Terror, 2 blue and 4 for a 5/6. Whenever it attacks, you may tap 2 other untapped creatures you control. If you do, it can't be blocked, has Island Cycle. Pretty sweet for limited. Stasis Field, blue and 1, enchant creature. It is now a 0/2 defender and has no abilities. Basic reprint of a blue removal spell. Cybia Cryptomancer, blue and 1 for an 0/1 with flash, backup 1 and hexproof. Next we have Preening Champion, blue and 2 for a 2/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 blue and red elemental creature token. Pretty good. Next, Zalfirian Shapecraft, blue and 1. Target creature becomes a 4/3 and you draw a card. Pretty sweet. Next we have Bladed Battle Fan, black and 1 equipment, has flash. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains indestructible in a turn. It gets +1/+0 as well. That's pretty sweet for limited, not gonna lie. Consuming Aetherborn, black and 3 for a 2/2, backup 1, lifelink. Okay. Dreg Recycler, black and 1, 2/2, sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. It's okay, probably not the best thing for the Aristocrats deck, but can be very usable and limited. Final Flourish, black and 1, instant, has kicker. Sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Target creature is -2/-2 in a turn. If you kick it, it's -6/-6. Pretty sweet, not gonna lie. It's a good removal spell. Failed Conversation, black and 4, enchant creature. It gets -4/-4. When it dies, you surveil 2. Etched Host Doombringer, black and 4 for a 3/5. When it enters the battlefield, you get to choose one. The opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2, or choose a battle. If an opponent protects it, choose target battle. If an opponent protects it, remove 3 defense counters from it. Otherwise, put 3 defense counters on it. I have no idea what that means. If an opponent protects it. Otherwise, put 3 to... So why would you... I'm sure this is worded weird, where it always removes 3, but like if you play it... Oh, okay, I get it now. So if your opponent has it, it removes 3 counters. If like you have it, it gains 3 counters. That is worded so weird. Anyway, moving on. All right, Etched Familiar, black and 2 for a 3/2. When it dies, each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2. Pretty good card. Flinting Gorilla, interesting. Black and 2 for a 2/2 flyer. Wow. When it dies, each player mills 2 cards. Then you may exile Flinting Gorilla. When you do, put target creature or battle from your graveyard on top of your library. That's actually really good. Next we have Ichorshade, black and 2 for a 2/3. Beginning of your end step, if an artifact creature is put in the graveyard this turn, it gets +1/+1 counter. Very sweet. Also have Nezumi Informant, black and 1 for a 1/1. When the informant enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Okay, basic discard creature. Unseal the Necropolis, black and 2 instant. Each player mills 3 cards. Then you return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. I mean, it's okay if you want to mill, I guess, but it's still pretty good. Vanquish the Weak, black and 2, destroy target creature, power 3 or less. Good reprint. Aki Scrap Chomper. I don't know why I got it. Never mind. Let's not go there. 1 red for a 1/1. For red 1, you can sacrifice artifact or land to draw a card. Okay. Next we have Burning Sun's Fury, red and 1. Convoke. Up to 2 creatures get +2/+0 and haste. Interesting. Coming in hot. Oh, what a card. That's a name. 1 red. Target creature gets +1/+0, gains first strike, and you scry 1. Basic combat trick. Pretty good. Furnace Host Charger, red and 5 for a 5/5 with haste and mountain cycling 2. Just vanilla top end beater. Carcass Depth Guard, red and 2 for a 4/3 defender. If his power is 5 or greater, he can attack. It's interesting. Next, Mirian Bane Splitter, 1 red flash, enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control, gets +2/+0. Lots of equipment coming in with flash that gives bonuses. This will be very interesting. We have a Javelineer, red and 4 for a 5/4 with reach. It deals 2 damage, target player or battle. That's actually pretty good for limited. Next we have Trailblazing Historian, red and 1 for a 1/3 with haste. Target creature gains haste on their turn. Everybody gets haste. You get haste, you get haste. It's the Oprah of haste. Next we have Thrashing Frontliner, red and 1 for a 2/2 trample. When it attacks, it gets +1/+1. So a 3/3 trampler for 2, pretty good. Next we have Searing Barb, red and 2. It deals 2 damage to any target. If it's a creature, it can't block this turn. Incubate 1. Okay, whatever. Next we have Red Cap Heel Slasher. Love that picture. Red and 3 for a 2/3 with backup and first strike. That's a pretty good card. Volcanic Spite, red and 1, deals 3 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If you do, draw a card. Oh, it's just a new name and reprint for that other spell that does the exact same thing. Next we have Rin's Resolve, red and 1, exile top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of turn you may cast those cards. That's just a reprint of different name. Arachnoid Adaptation, 1 green. Target creature gets +2/+2, gains reach in a turn and tap it. Basic combat trick. Atrax's Fall. Why is this green? Anyway, 1 green and 1 sorcery. Destroy target artifact, battle, enchantment, or creature flying. Wow, this kills battles flat out. This is absurd. There's a decent red-green battle deck I was talking about in my other videos because of how good the battles are from those formats. This thing does it all, including destroying battles, giving you some really dumb, powerful things. Wow, this is a good card. This is so good. Next, we have Crystal Carapace, green and 3. Creature gets +3/+3, ward 2, and it also has cycling. Just cycling. Pretty good card, actually. Next, we have Cosmic Hunger, green and 1. Target creature control deals combat damage equal to its power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. Wow, an even better fight spell. Next we have Chomping Kavu, green 3/3/3 with backup 1. Creature can't be blocked by power 2 or less. Basic 4/4 creature, vanilla, pretty good. Blighted Burgeoning, green and 2, enchant land. When it enters the battlefield, incubate 2. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional mana. That's pretty good, because you can lay this onto another land. If you have 4 mana, you can play this, make an incubate token, immediately flip it for a 2/2. It's pretty good. I like that. Plus mana ramp, like it does it all. Federal's Favor, green and 3. Target player searches their library for a basic land card, puts it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffles, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target artifact or creature. Iridescent Blade Master, green 1 for a 2/2. Gets +2/+2 for 4 mana. That's pretty good for limited. Good mana sink. Portent Tracker, green and 1 for a 1/1. It can untap a land, making it a mana dork. Choose target battle. If an opponent protects it, remove a defense counter from it. Otherwise, put a defense counter on it. This is really good. Protects your defenses, lowers the opponent's, or you can use it as a mana dork. This seems really powerful for limited. Next, Tangled Skyline, green and 4, enchantment. Enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life and incubate 5. Fractions you control have reach. That's a thing. That is a thing. Wary Thespian, green 1 for a 3/1. Enters the battlefield or dies, surveil 1. That is great library manipulation for limited. Verdant Earth, green 1, instant. Target land becomes a 4/4 with haste, addition to other types, blah, blah, blah. It must be blocked this turn if able. Timberland Ancient, green and 4 for a 6/5. Reach, trample, forest cycling. Go. The beat stick has arrived, and it does the beating. This is, yeah. Serpent Blade Assailant, green and 2 for a 2/1 backup 1 and Death Touch. Okay. I can get down with laying Death Touch on other creatures, plus this has Death Touch. It's a really good green card. Really good. Wildwood Escort, green and 4 for a 3/3. Enters the battlefield. Return target creature or battle from your graveyard to your hand. If it would die, exile it instead. So it's a pseudo. Yeah, that one card for 3 that lets you get stuff back out of the graveyard. Kind of, sort of. Next we have Flywheel Racer. It's a vehicle for 2 colorless. It's a 3/2. It has vigilance. Add 1 mana of any type. Activate only if Flywheel Racer is a creature. It crews for 1. That's good for limited. It's a good mixture of mana dork / attack ability / use both if the opponent ain't got nothing going on. So yeah, not too shabby. Halo Hopper, 3 colorless for a 3/2 with Convoke, and it's a frog. It's just a great vanilla creature. I mean, you can cast it for free if you wanted to. Just saying. Kite Sail reprint, 2 colorless, equip creatures +1/+0 and flying, equips for 2. Seen that plenty of times. Phyrexian Archivist, 6 colors for a 4/5 with reach. Wow. For 2 and tapping it, you can put card from your graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Alright, not too shabby. Skittering Surveillor, 3 colors for a 1/2. Enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Yep, this is a pretty good reprint. Urn of Godfire, 1 colorless. For 2 mana, you add 1 mana of any color, plus you can sacrifice it to destroy target creature or enchantment. This is mana creep at the common level. Normally you get for 1 mana, one it does something it does one or the other of these 2 things. This one just does it all. So it gives you something to do in the beginning of the game, gives you something to do late game. It's pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. And it looks like that is it for all of the March of the Machine spoilers for the set. Coming up next, stay tuned as we're going to actually start looking into commander cards and other things. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, until next time, be kind. And I hope to see you across from the game table.